Taylor Swift. Lover, hater, dater. Whatever you choose, there's no denying. She is the biggest star on the planet right now. Her tour is earning hundreds of millions. The music charts are filled with her songs, new and old. And she is so famous now that for whatever reason, the Empire State Building literally lit up in the colors of the condiments she was using for her chicken tendies. That last one is a little insane, but still shows how famous she is. For anyone who's been a fan of hers for a while, like me, this is all a little surprising. Not that she's had this career resurgence, because she already was bringing people back with Lover and Folklore after the debacle of Reputation, and not that she isn't capable of being this famous. It's surprising because she already has been this famous, and somehow she's topping it by about 10 times the amount. I don't know if you told anyone during the summer of 1989 that she could possibly get more famous, because at the time, that was about as famous and beloved a pop star could get. She wasn't beloved by everyone, however, and that's what we're going to talk about today. She's always been pretty heavily parodied, but starting around the era of 1989, the parodies came fast and furious, and no one did it more than our subject today, that being YouTube's old friend and current Chinese rapper, Bart Baker. Bart was the leading parody artist of our time for whatever reason, and his parodies of Taylor Swift are some of the biggest videos on his channel and some of the biggest parodies of anything ever. Seeing as how Taylor Swift is re-releasing 1989, I thought it'd be interesting to go back and revisit a YouTuber of old, one who parodied multiple songs from that album, to see if they hold up. They don't. With that said, let's shake off those haters and welcome everyone to New York. Did that work? Did I do the bit where people just mention Taylor Swift songs mid-conversation right? First off, let's start with this caveat. We are just going through 1989 parodies because Bart made a ton of Taylor Swift parodies. In 1989 is the album being re-released. Second, I know this is a little different from my usual content, but I really wanted to talk about Taylor Swift, and this still concerns an old YouTuber I've wanted to say something about for a while. Third, would you look at this dog? Isn't he so cute? All right, let's get into these videos. Real quick, just FYI, I'm going to mess around with the speed and pitch of these videos a bit so I don't get copyright struck. This has happened multiple times with my last video, which is really annoying. I'm going to see if I can get around it. I'll make pop music. First of all, I'll start with the nice stuff. The production quality of all these videos is crazy high. Like, what nefarious entity is funding this stuff high?
I am doing a glider giveaway. Yes, I am giving away one of these bad boys, and all you gotta do is follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and follow Glider on Instagram as well.
A lot of these videos look like shot-for-shot remake, with a lot of the sets and costumes looking like Bart and his crew simply went to the same studio Taylor shot her videos on. There's some bad green screens for sure, but for the most part, the production is really well done. Music is well produced, and a lot of the beats sound crisp, and they sound like they spent a lot of time on those in the oven. Bart's singing is atrocious and constantly auto-tuned.
What's up, people? Satan's back. By now, everybody knows that's me.
But I said I'd be nice, so I'll stop here. Do I have anything else nice left to say? Let me check my notes. Okay, that's it. Let's get into the bad stuff. Basically, if you've seen one Bart Baker music parody, you've seen them all. I myself, while I was never formally subscribed to him, found myself watching his music video parodies almost every week they came out.
He's Snapchatted, he's got given birth. That's my style. DJ Khaled, he's a living, breathing meme.
As much as I disliked them and found that they were all samey, I couldn't peel my eyes away. His Taylor Swift parodies are no different. Like a shitty bag. Why the hell am I just like an urban man? I am clueless who I am. I forced myself to watch them all back to back, and while I wanted to stop what I was doing and touch grass, I just couldn't bring myself to do so, as Bart's videos acted almost as a sort of hypnosis for me. A hypnosis of bad, if you will. Getting into the videos, one thing you'll notice is basically every song hinges on the same joke, if you even want to call it that. Basically, the idea in every one is that Taylor Swift is an evil woman who only dates people to make songs. Also, she's Satan. No, literally, she's Satan.
Next step is to kill you, baby. Dating Satan love.
Every single video reveals her to be Satan, and then some godly figure comes in to confront her for some reason, and at the end, it teases that she's coming back in some form. Again, watching one Bart Baker music video is watching them all. There's more similarities amongst these videos than just the weird Satan shit, though. For one, while these are all different songs, Bart takes the same approach to his comedy on them. Essentially, the idea is to be as obvious as possible and just make a commentary video instead of a parody video. Every song he parodies of Taylor's is basically just him going, why did anyone like this? This song is stupid. He's not saying anything really. I mean, he's criticizing the song, but in the most obvious way possible and in ways people have already said before. Oh, she's crazy. She just wants money. This is all stuff we've heard a million times before, but not as annoying as this. Especially because Bart seems incapable of self-awareness and seems to just hate Taylor to no end. I don't expect a parody to show any sort of adulation towards its subject. It's kind of the point of the parody, but you do expect some respect shown towards the subject you are parodying. Bart just lacks that respect totally. And it's why he thinks just saying a song sucks is the parody. Like, a lot of these jokes about her are just sexist. Like the jokes about her being on her period or being a psycho, or when the women in Bad Blood are calling each other bitch 100 times. It's just offensive and lazy. He's also incapable of any sort of understanding of any sort of social movements or even decency. There's a lot of transphobic lines throughout his videos, and not just the Taylor ones, that were in poor taste in 2014 and look even worse now. He also says Taylor is evil for taking her albums off Spotify around that time, saying that was to make her fans buy her albums, when even at the time it was obvious that what she was doing was protesting Spotify's lack of compensation to the artists that made the music that Spotify profited off of. Bart just seems like a guy who takes everything at face value, never expands on it, and never stops to second guess or take longer on a thought or joke. He just says it and moves on, which is another reason why I hate his videos. Could you imagine trying to tell a joke and not thinking about it before moving on with a second thought? Anyways, a foreign man walks into a bar, and a lot of Bart's criticisms in general just don't make any sense or really aren't anything. I've already documented the constant psycho jokes in these Swift videos, but there are some more minute criticisms he remarks that just leave you scratching your head. Like in Style, Bart starts to criticize the look of the original video, saying it's a ripoff of the True Detective opening, which maybe. I mean, there are a few shots that look similar, but this dude is literally parodying a song and says someone else isn't allowed to be inspired by another piece of art. It's just nonsense. Style is also probably her most critically acclaimed single, and still he can't give her any credit, saying that the funky guitar riff is annoying and the 80s synth is cheesy. I just don't get where the hate comes from. Also, the Bad Blood green screen is horrible. I just want to say that. I know what I said earlier. This one is just bad. Something that really bothers me too is that the only voice we ever hear in any of these videos is Bart's. Anytime there's an opportunity for another character to speak or sing, it's always his annoying, shrieky California surfer voice. Like, I get he's got to be the lead singer in his own videos, but it's just weird to hear his voice coming out of guys that are supposed to be someone like Kendrick Lamar.
To tell the truth, I'd rather be back on the mean streets of Compton selling crack, it's crack. We're here to stop you, Taylor, you are sick. This is the last time that you write about me, you bit the name of the Lord. Did somebody call me? What are you doing, Tay? I'm hitting this button, now I'm gonna jump, it's my wildest dream. No, no, no! Turn it off, turn it off!
You might say it's racist because it is racist. It really shows how far up his ass Bart was at this time, and it's really disappointing to hear him voice all these characters when it could have been opportunities for other actors to do something. Instead, it's all about Bart. Bart sadly isn't the only artist that poorly parodies Taylor and makes poor parodies in general. A lot of parody artists nowadays are just devoid of any sort of creativity and just all include some form of, it's the same song, but I'm just singing that it sucks now. There's no respect or ingenuity or fun being had with these parodies. They all just feel creatively bankrupt. I wish more parody artists would take after Weird Al. You can listen to a Weird Al song without having to listen to the original. He changes up the lyrics, yes, but his songs are never just like, this song sucks. He takes a song, creates a new concept that can fit into the beat or ape the original, and rolls with it. Fat, Amish, Paradise, and White and Nerdy are all great examples of those. Those songs are similar sounding to the original, yes, but they're all about being fat or being white and nerdy, you know? Like this sounds so obvious, but it just seems so hard for parody artists to understand nowadays. Even recently, Weird Al's parodies are standing apart from the pack, as a song like Foil, which parodies Royal, takes the original song, creates a fun rhyme and or bit, and runs with it.
With aluminum foil, never settle for less. That kind of rap is just the best to keep your sandwich nice and fresh.
This is legitimately harder to do than just saying a song is stupid. There's a lot of respect given to the original song, and there's no sense that Al felt any shame making it while watching it. You know, he thought these ideas were funny and just ran with it. These parodies, Bart specifically, of course, all feel like they're embarrassed and want to be the first to point at themselves for being uncool. A couple years ago, Bart just stopped uploading parodies. His videos were so synonymous with an artist, and all of a sudden he went missing. Last I checked, Bart was making songs for the Chinese market as his videos stopped being monetized under YouTube's new rules a few years ago. Quite honestly, this is probably a kinder end to his mainstream YouTube career that he could have likely asked for. I mean, if he tried to make a video now, Swifties would be all over his ass, and for good reason. Let's just say there would be a lot of bad blood. Get it? Did I do it right?